Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Indian Bull vs Bear. This video is part of the series The Final Missing Piece. In this, I'll share my analysis of the historical trends of packaging sector. Please read the entire disclaimer carefully. The packaging sector in the Indian share market comprises companies involved in the manufacturing, design, and distribution of various type of packaging materials. The packaging materials includes flexible, rigid, corrugated, paper-based, plastic, and metal packaging. The growth drivers includes e-commerce boom, FMCG and pharma growth, sustainability push, urbanization, and rising income. Government initiatives like plastic waste management rules are prompting sustainable packaging practices. The challenges that the sector is facing includes raw material price volatility, environmental regulations, intense competition, logistics and supply chain issues. So in order to identify a trend, I have created following five graphs. First, yearly returns graph. This shows yearly and cumulative returns in percentage. Second, yearly swing graph. This shows number of positive and negative returns months. Third, monthly returns graph. It shows monthly returns in percentage. Fourth, mean monthly returns graph. It shows monthly returns average percentage. And fifth, monthly swing graph. It shows number of positive and negative returns years. The top 10 companies of the sector comprises of 3 mid cap and 7 small cap companies. Let's look at the first graph, which is the yearly returns graph. This is the line graph. It has two lines. This blue line shows the yearly returns in percentage, whereas this orange line shows the cumulative yearly returns in percentage. So 2015 was a very good year for this sector, and the sector gave returns of 44.97%. Very good returns in 2015, followed by 2016, which gave again good returns of 16.46%. 2017 was a very good year for this sector again, and this the sector gave return of 52.02%. Then came 2018, and that year proved to be a disaster for this sector, and this sector gave negative returns of 26.93%. 2019 too was a bad year for this sector, and the sector gave returns of minus 10.07%. But 2020 proved very good for this sector, and the sector gave returns of 79.66%. And then came 2021, the astronomical year for this sector, and this sector gave returns of 176.44% in a single year. 2022 too was a good year for this sector, and the sectoral returns were 22.26%. 2023 too was a good year, and the returns were 29.81%. And 2024 too was a very good year for this sector, and the sector gave returns of 43.92%. So overall, it seems that this sector is doing quite good, and this can easily be seen with the help of this cumulative returns graph. So in 2024, the 10 years cumulative returns have reached to 1,813.14% level. Let's move on to the next graph, which is the yearly swing graph. So in this graph, this green bars shows the number of months with positive returns, whereas these red bars shows the number of months with negative returns. So in 2015, 9 months gave positive returns. So very good year for this sector. In 2016, 8 months gave positive returns. So as in 2017, so both of these years were very good for the sector. But 2018, you can see only 4 months gave positive returns and 8 months gave negative returns. So seems not a good year for the sector. 2019 was above average sector with 7 months giving positive returns and five giving negative returns. In 2020, 8 months gave positive returns, so a good year for this sector. 2021 seems to be a very good year for this sector as 10 months gave positive returns. 2022 average year with 6 positive and 6 negative returns. 2023 a good year with 8 positive returns, and so is 2024. Let's put both of these graphs together and see what uh, can we derive from both of them. So the first thing is the cumulative return of 1813.14% in last 10 years, which means 19x. So what this means is that the money that has been put into the sector in the start of 2015 would be 9 multiplied by 19 times by the end of 2024. Unimaginable returns, I would say. CAGR, 10-year CAGR of 34.33%, massive, massive CAGR. Now, amidst all these things, there were 2 years in the last 10 years in which this sector gave negative returns. These 2 years. So, though this sector has given very good cumulative returns and very good CAGR as well, one has to keep in mind that there were two yearly negatives. So, I'm talking about yearly negatives. So, two yearly negative returns. What else? The best year was 2021. So, no doubt about that. 176.44% yearly returns is massive, massive returns. And finally, the worst year was 2018. So no doubt about that as well. 2018 minus 26.93% returns. So the worst year for this sector. Let's move on to the third graph, and this is the monthly returns graph. So this graph contains 12 smaller graph, one each for every month of the year. For example, this is one for January, this one is for Feb, March, April, and so on. And these green bars shows the positive returns, whereas these red bars shows the negative returns in that month. So January in the last 10 years gave positive returns 6 times and negative returns 4 times. So an above average month for this sector. February, I would say worst possible month with 9 negative returns and only one positive return in the last 10 years. So very, very bad month for this sector, February. March, an average month, I would say, with 5 positive and 5 negative returns. And then came April. Now, Feb was one end of the spectrum. April is altogether another end of the spectrum. 10 positive months, 10 positive returns in last 10 years. Not a single negative return in last 10 years in the month of April by the sector. If this isn't the best month for the sector, I don't know which would be. Moving on, May, an average month with 5 positive and 5 negative returns. June, good month with 7 positive and 3 negative returns. July, another very good month for this sector, only one negative returns in last 10 years and 9 positive returns. Very good month for this sector. Moving on to August, good month with 7 positive and 3 negative returns. September, above average, 6 positive, 4 negative. So is October, same 6 4. So is November, same 6 4. And then comes December, and December, 8 positive and 2 negative. So again, a very good month for this sector. Let's move on to the next graph, which is the mean monthly returns. So in this graph, I have taken the average of 10 years returns in each and every month of the year. So couple of things are quite clear by seeing this. First, February is undoubtedly the worst performing month for this sector based on the last 10 years data, whereas April and July are standout performers. Now, as I said, February seems to be the best, seems to be the worst month for this sector. But if you see closely, January, March, and May, they too don't give much positive return as well. So it seems that Q1, entire Q1 of the calendar year, that is, these first 3 months are not very good for this sector at all. Let's see the next graph, which is the monthly swing graph. So we can see that January in the last 10 years has given positive return 6 times and negative 4 times. February only one positive in last 10 years. March average 5 positive, 5 negative, and April all the 10 years it gave positive returns. May average 5 5, June 7 positive and 3 negative. July again a spectacular month with 9 positive returns in the last 10 years. August very good month with 7 positive. September, October, November, all the three have 6 positive returns and 4 negative returns. And December with 8 positive. So December too should be a great month for this sector. Let's look at last two graphs in the same screen and let's see what can be derived from those. So first thing is the cheaper month. So February is no doubt undoubtedly the cheaper month you see, and if you compare both the graphs, it is quite evident. In last 10 years, only one time February gave positive returns, and 9 times it gave negative returns, and hence the minus 3.33% returns in February. What else? The costlier months, April and July. So April with 9.71% and all the 10 years positive returns. So April is undoubtedly the best month for this sector. And July 8.37% in last 10 years with 9 positive out of 10. So this too is very good month for this sector. There are other good months as well, for example June or December. So I have presented all the graphs in front of you. I hope this video helps you to identify the trends on your own so that you can take the investment decisions independently. This is all from my end in this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like and comment. I'll be back soon with another video. Goodbye for now.